Hey, howdy, Cousin Mark. Here we go. We're getting ready to do this in earnest. The reason I was asking if it had check valve or not is there's two ways I go about pulling dents. I'm going to kind of give you a rundown on this. One is with a dent puller. And the way that works is I have these little tabs that the dent puller grabs onto, and I would solder them right on the lantern and then pull the dent out. Now the problem with yours is you have two dents right next to each other, kind of running into each other. And it's been my experience that on a deep pull like this, it cannot go well. The reason I asked about the check valve is the other way that I do dents is fill it with water, cork everything off, freeze it. As the water expands, it slowly pushes the dent out. So what I did, I want to do that first. I want to do the freeze first to push most of that out to the point where I can use the dent puller to pull the rest out and then buff smooth. So anyway, that's what I did. I have a check valve that worked. I put it in, and now I'm going to cork everything off, fill it with water. And some guys have said that when they fill with water, what happens is the bottom pops out. What I do to avoid that is I'll fill it about up to here with water and let that freeze, so I got a solid block of ice in there. Then I'll add more water and do a second freeze. So that solid block of ice doesn't exert that downward pressure to pop out the bottom. And I keep an eye on it. I put it in, I wait about an hour and a half, and then I check it about every 15 minutes. And it's interesting, you can see how the dent starts to work out. Rarely does it pop out 100% with the freeze. Sometimes you get lucky, and Lord willing, maybe we'll get lucky. But if not, then I'll go to the puller. The other dent, this little pimple guy here, if that was the only one, I'd just go with a dent puller. I use one of these spot pullers that gets those little guys out really good. Long dents like this, I gotta make these guys. I make a dent puller for it, and I've got these in a couple different sizes and configurations. Anyway, that's where we're at. I'm gonna cork it all up and put it in the freezer and pop the worst of the dent out that way. Now, what some guys have done, and I tried this once, is cork everything off and put a tire valve on and pressurize it to about 50 pounds. And then heat the dented area with a propane torch. And as the metal softens, it'll also push out a little bit like it does with the freezing water. Problem I had was, yeah, it came out just fine and kept going and kept going. And I ended up with a great big lump. And unfortunately on that one, I couldn't fix it. I had to find one on eBay and replace it for the guy, and he was okay with that. Anyway, so I'm not going to pressurize. Also, at 50 psi, if that thing lets loose, it'll probably kill me, so I don't want to do that. All right, I'll keep you posted. Have a really good week. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.